Hello, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome everyone to tonight's live broadcast from the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. My name is Larkin Sell, and this evening we are going to be talking about how not to allow current circumstances or external circumstances and factors determine what you are manifesting in the future. That means what you're manifesting now for the future. Given our current circumstances and everyone being all worried and nervous and the hype about the coronavirus, I thought this was a great time to host this broadcast because it's really important that you understand your power as a creator and how when you are allowing external factors and circumstances and everybody else's hype to choose and direct your focus and your feelings, you're actually negating and turning over all of your power and your power as a creator to not only these external factors and circumstances, but the fear and drama and anxiousness and self-limiting beliefs that are shared collectively. Okay, so the best thing you guys can do in this circumstance actually is to reclaim your power and harness your power as a powerful creator, to become a leader. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that tonight. We are not victim to our current circumstances. And here's the rub though. You will create what you believe. So if you believe that you are, and you believe all the hype, and you believe what everybody else says, then guess what you're going to be creating. And for a lot of my clients, my 90-day confidence and clarity clients, this is really relevant because they're just now learning what only 5% of the people on the planet actually apply to create their desired lives, right? They're just learning to reclaim that power, the power of their belief, the power of imagination, the power of focus, the power of choice. And so what a brilliant opportunity we have right now with all of this going on, right? It could be way worse, but yet it's enough that it's something we need to contend with, right? And it's a good way to practice our manifesting power and our power of choice over our mind, okay? So that is what we're going to talk about tonight, just for about a half an hour. When you log on to the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page on Facebook or the Larkin Sell page here on YouTube, guys, please feel free to say hello. You're always welcome to ask your questions, and I would love to answer them for you. For those of you who are unfamiliar with my work, my name is Larkin Sell, and I have been a lifelong student of spirituality, metaphysics, and science. And I've also been a law of attraction coach, a mindset mentor, and transformational specialist for 12 years now, after transforming my own life and practicing this for much longer than that. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you have not checked it out already and you are on YouTube, you may want to check out the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page where most of these are hosted. Okay. So guys, let's talk for a moment just about everything that's going on and what I have noticed. And I will post down here a broadcast I did about how to handle emergencies and times of stress and anxiety that I did a couple weeks ago. For those of you that care to know what my thoughts and advice is about that. But I want to start by talking a little bit about Dr. Joe Dispenza's perspective, one of my favorite mentors and neuroscientists. And, he had a nice little short bleep, which I'll also post the link to on here, talking about, how neurological programming works and how important it is that we become superhuman. I don't know who else uses that term. I love that term because when I work with empaths, I teach them how their empathic abilities are superpowers. But Dr. Joe always refers to our ability to be superhuman. That means as we consciously evolve, consciously awaken, master our mind, learn to neurologically reprogram ourselves, that we actually have this ability to rise above just our own instinctual reactions, guys. We have a prefrontal cortex, which gives us the ability to actually rise above fight or flight. And if you look around right now with the whole coronavirus thing going on, you'll notice that most people are not doing that. okay? We arise out of this one person at a time. And most people are not doing that. And Dr. Joe talks about, and it will be in this link down that I shared on here. The way, if you guys don't believe me, you can believe him. Okay, he really knows what he's talking about. And it's really important that you realize you're not a victim to whatever's going on. Part of the problem is that we are so influenced by everyone around us. And we're constantly programmed and brainwashed subliminally. Not necessarily by malintent, but think about it, so you're friends with 500 people or 1,000 people on Facebook, and they're all posting the same things, right? They're all posting the stats and reacting to the stats, and they're all talking about the next level of quarantine, and they're all sharing that. And then, it's like rolling a snowball. You get this little tiny piece of snow and you start to roll it. And the more you roll it and you collect, if all those little snowflakes that you were adding to the snowball are people's fears and beliefs and opinions and things that they share, by the time you're done, you have this big wonker of a snowball, right? And what is that? Well, it's the culmination of other people's beliefs, which is just repeated thoughts, and their opinions and their fears and their reactions to things. Now, sadly, still most people don't realize that you can choose to respond instead of react. And this, my friend, is your window of opportunity, okay? Non-human animals, although they have other forms of intelligence equal and even greater than ours that we share some of them with, they don't have the prefrontal cortex, okay? That allows us, even though emotion trumps logic, it actually allows us to step back, observe ourselves in a situation, and make a discerning choice. Okay, this is something that non-human animals do not have. And rarely will you hear me ever talk about something that a non-human animal doesn't have that we don't have. Okay, because I love animals. Okay? And I communicate with them. So this is really important for you to understand. Unfortunately, most of us don't realize our power of choice. Most people, literally, at no fault of their own, don't realize the choices that are available to us moment to moment, okay? We live our lives, most of us, as victims, not believing that we are, but simply because, think about it, we'll say, well, I can't do this and that today because it's too hot. Or I can't go out there because it's too cold. Or I can't go to this and that party because so-and-so will be there, right? But the truth is, and a lot of people don't want to hear this because it's scary to step out of their comfort zone. And we've all been taught, we've all been raised, guys, to be victims. You don't know that, but think about it. Remember the lawsuit when the hot McDonald's coffee spilled on that lady's lap? And there was this huge lawsuit. And after that, everybody started suing over everything. What we're experiencing right now, my friends, is actually the result of that way of thinking and living. Okay, this coronavirus is not something that's accidental. It is a product of our current collective human consciousness and our lack of ability. We have the ability. Our lack of choice collectively. The lack of enough people choosing to take responsibility for their lives and make wiser choices that has actually led us here, okay? Everything that we're experiencing in our life is the result of our choices. So take that times a few billion, and you have a planet, an entire world that is the result of the inner state of individual consciousness, which creates our collective consciousness, okay? We're not talking about collective consciousness like the eternal self, okay? That higher self we have individually and also collectively. I'm talking about the collective human mind or the collective human ego, okay? That is what has created this little monster. Now, before I go into telling you what you can and need to do to make this situation the very best that you can and to make the most out of it, okay, which is very, very important. I want to remind everyone this could be a lot worse. About half the population has not been through something worse. Okay. Most of my generation and younger, they weren't through, polio. They didn't live through, world wars or the Depression. Okay. And so there were a lot of things that are going on that the older generations have experienced, but those of us my age and younger have not. So for many of you out there, this seems horrific. But think about it. You're quarantining at home where you can be safe and comfortable. You're allowed to go out to the store and get what you need. You're not in fear of, getting this type of meat or this and that or whatever, like some of the other more deadly and dangerous diseases and plagues that have traveled the earth. Okay. It's not like you can't trust any water to be safe. Do you get my drift? Guys, it could be a lot worse, a lot worse. The worst part about this entire thing is that people are simply unwilling to be a little bit uncomfortable in order to improve the situation for everyone. Does this make sense? So if we want this to be over with quickly as possible, with as few deaths as possible and as few struggle and suffering that we have to go through as possible, then we all need to take radical responsibility and do our part. Okay? This means not going to party at the beach, right? This means spend a few weeks living conservatively. And this leads me to the next portion of this, which is allow yourself to find what this change of circumstance, what this challenge, what this obstacle is giving you as an opportunity. Because every obstacle is an opportunity. Every single one. Even if you don't see it, guys. If the only thing that truly existed in our reality was that which we could see and we were aware of, we'd have a pretty sorry life. Isn't it wonderful and amazing that most of what exists and is going on, we're not aware of? There's new things constantly to learn, grow, and discover. If there wasn't, guys, how boring would life be? How could we learn and evolve and grow? Okay. So this leads me to how important it is that we look for that which we have to be grateful for. Look at the benefits and the opportunities that you're having that you would not have if you were not in quarantine. Okay. And for when this situation is long in our past, those of you listening to this broadcast, this topic is not confined to the coronavirus by any means. Okay? This topic serves you in any circumstances that you find yourself in that are offering you what seem to be obstacles because they're opportunities. Okay? This program is valid for your everyday life, no matter how good a shape the world may be in. That whenever you find yourself with, lemons, make lemonade. Yeah, that's an old-fashioned statement, right? But my friends, this is so true. This is so true. Okay? In the Women's Awakening Circle and Abundance Group and the My Powerful Choices Top 5% in Abundance group on Facebook, if you'd like to join those, the links will be posted below. But in both of those groups, I posted some powerful questions this week. And one of them was asking people, what benefits have you discovered from our current circumstances, from your current circumstances? And I got some fabulous answers from clients and non-clients alike in those groups. Phenomenal answers. It's opportunities, guys. This is an opportunity for us individually and collectively to take a look at ourselves, to stop our running around, to stop living in our fake world with our fake personalities and our fake beliefs about things, and to really step back and look at things from a different angle. My suggestion to you, as you will also hear Dr. Joe Dispenza sharing, is that instead of taking this time to remain socially connected by bitching and complaining, by feeling sorry for ourselves, by resharing all the bad things that are happening, please remember that you go where your focus goes. If you want to be of best service to others, it would behoove you and everyone else to not allow your standards, your mindset, your thoughts, your conversations, your feelings, your attitudes, in a nutshell, your vibrational frequency, to get dragged down into the collective egoic framework of drama. Okay, Eckhart Tolle says that mind is synonymous with thought, which is synonymous with ego. Okay. Hi, Tia. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And he's right. If we play into that, we're just breeding more of it. Okay. Now, law of attraction says like attracts like. This also means you go where your focus is. If you are perpetually and perpetuating focused on how bad the statistics are, what could happen, how many people have got it, all these bad stories, everybody's drama, people complaining about how they don't even get dressed anymore. Do you think that you are helping as a whole by encouraging that, participating that, and breeding that? You certainly are not. Okay? The very best way you can serve others and yourself in this situation is to keep your vibrational frequency as high as possible, because the majority of the planet is not consciously there yet, and they will get immediately sucked into the mind and the ego and the drama. Now, am I saying the situation is irrelevant? No. But what I'm saying is, when you partake in the drama, you're fueling the fire, not putting it out. Okay? This coronavirus thing is the result of our collective human egoic state right now. And when you play into it and you feed, I'm not saying the virus itself, but when you feed into the drama around it, you are feeding into the spreading and the breeding of the situation itself. Literally. Okay? If you want something to go away, you have to take your focus off of it, not give it attention. Okay? So my point is that the best thing you and everyone can do is to keep your vibrational frequency as high as possible. Okay, to respond, not react. To keep your focus on what you're wanting to manifest and attract, not what you're afraid of, not what you are, is all, who's got the worst situation, not how bad it's getting, not the drama of the situation, because that is the quickest way to plummet your vibrational frequency, your focus, and that of everyone as a whole. The more you can do that with each and every person that does that, the higher your consciousness is, the higher your frequency is. Guess what? You actually make it easier for others to take their attention away from the hype and the drama as well. Stop fueling the very thing that you're complaining about exists. Stop fueling it. I hate to say it, but The Secret said this as well. The war on drugs, it's just increasing the drug problem. Okay? The more we spend giving negative attention to this whole situation instead of productively dealing with it. And by the way, we can help how we're dealing with it individually and as a whole as well, if you simply focus on raising your vibrational frequency, your thoughts, your feelings, your focus. Your thoughts, your feelings, your focus. It's that easy. Then you make space for others to do the same. And with each person that raises their frequency, what do you think that does? It raises the frequency as a whole, guys. It raises the frequency of the human state of consciousness, the human mind, collective human mind. and the frequency of the planet. Don't you think that's going to create a quicker resolve to this, more healing, and quicker recovery? Yeah. And in the meantime, guess what you're going to gain out of it? In the meantime, you're not going to be destroying everything that you've been working to create. Okay? I've had a lot of conversations with my clients about this the last month or so, right? Who they're learning to manifest. They're learning to be in the top 5% of manifestors. And yet, what happens? They are now given this opportunity to test themselves, right? Because now there's this huge invitation from all their friends and family members and social media to leap back head first into their old way of thinking, into complaining, into victim mentality, into not believing they have a choice. Okay? You have a choice, and you can be a powerful advocate for getting us out of these circumstances. Okay? So I will post again the video that I did last week on this, or 2 weeks ago, and where I recommend that you do what I'm doing. Okay, I get the information I need. I take the precautions I need. I'm responsible about it. And then I don't give it any more attention. Okay, now some of the accurate stats, like about how many people can go ahead and, get the virus from a person versus the flu, which my husband looked up a few days ago and shared with me. One of my clients, I believe, posted this morning. Sure, that's great. Fine, dish it out there. But we don't need everybody dishing it out there. What we need is people taking radical responsibility. The same type of living as a conscious creator individually is the exact same way of living and approaching life that is required to help us individually and collectively get through this current situation. And guys, again, it's really not as bad as it could be. Okay, I'm not saying there's not a serious aspect to it. I'm not saying people are not severely affected by it. So don't play on my words. I'm simply telling you it could be a lot worse. And here are the things you can do at home instead. Instead of getting sucked in to all the drama on social media. Okay, get on with your life. What is it you wanted to manifest? What is it you were working on? What is it that you need to feel and focus on to continue manifesting where you want to be? How about focusing on how to keep your body healthy and happy? Do you think that the drama and the worry is going to help your physical body and your immune system stay healthy? It's not. So the more drama you partake in this, it also weakens your immune system. Doesn't that make you then more vulnerable to share the virus with others? Okay. So Dr. Joe asks that you rise above that fight or flight. But now is the time to be superhuman. Okay. And I encourage you all, as I was speaking with clients about today, that which you have been practicing, the maybe self-awareness, or what you're practicing through meditation, or whatever it is that you want to rise above, what you're trying to overcome, what you're wanting to manifest or transform. Put that into practice now. Now is the time for it. Okay? If a monk who has been practicing for decades can't be confined in a small space with other people who are maybe very annoying, who annoy him or her under very harsh conditions and circumstances, and still remain the same person that he or she was in the monastery practicing as a monk, are they putting into practice that which they have practiced? Not if they can't do that. You see, you have to be able to maintain that higher version of yourself during times like this. Maybe you're normally calm, cool, and collected. Maybe you've been practicing being more positive or manifesting, being a powerful conscious creator or reclaiming your power. Are you going to allow that to be totally stripped away from you now? Or do you realize this is time for you to step up? Time for you to take radical responsibility. Time for you to be a leader, even if you think you're not. Guys, these are the times when that's most needed. I'm going to leave you with this thought. In martial arts, we would wear ourselves out before we even trained. Then we would train until we were so exhausted we could barely stand up. Then we'd really spar. Then we'd train. Why? Because if and when you're ever really going to need that mental and emotional and physical stamina and be able to implement it, you want to be able to do it when circumstances are at their worst. Right? If you're going to have to fight for your life physically, chances are it's not going to be when you're nice and refreshed and you're ready to do it. It's going to be when you're worn out or you're tired and you're scared and you think you can't. Right? This is no different. Now is time for you guys to step up and make the best of this. Okay? Dr. Wayne Dyer talked about this. There are a lot of other great teachers who did as well. Okay, I've had many great, amazing teachers. I'm going to pass this along to you guys. Take heed, take notes. Okay? You always, no matter what is going on in external circumstances, you always have control over what's happening in here. Always. Always. You may not know it yet. It's one of the things I help my clients to discover. That's why I help my clients to reclaim their power. But you always have control over what's happening in here. Always. Okay? You can always choose what to believe. Beliefs are just repeated thoughts. Whether you respond or react and how you're going to respond. Always. The choice is yours. Okay? It's always yours. Once you discover how much power of choice you have, you'll never want to turn it over to anyone or anything else again. Okay? No matter what is going on, no matter what the statistics say, no matter how other people are reacting or panicking, you can always choose to respond to the highest version of yourself. You can always choose to respond in a way that matches the outcomes desired. If you have dreams and things you are manifesting and working on, keep your focus on that. Okay, floods, bugs, disease, none of that can get in the way of what you're truly wanting to manifest if you believe and you keep your focus on what you are wanting and desire and not what you think the external circumstances are dictating. Okay? We are taught that seeing is believing. That is wrong. I don't use the term wrong. I don't like this idea of right and wrong. Why? Because truly your truth and reality becomes that which you believe. Period. That which you believe. Okay? So choose. What do you want to believe? I have several broadcasts over the past couple weeks I've done that refer to believing is seeing and how to create your tangible reality based on what you imagine and you want to believe and you want to see versus believing what you think external circumstances are showing you. This is called bending reality, and I teach my clients to do it. You have a choice. Okay? Now is a great and powerful time to make that choice. Okay? Choose what you want to see in your tangible reality and believe it. Now, you may believe with your 5% of your conscious mind that you do believe something. This is one of the reasons why it's really important that you get outside help. It doesn't have to be me, but find yourself a good mindset mentor to help you because you really need to become aware of what's in the 95% of your mind that's creating 95% of your reality. Okay, if you're just believing the 5% of your mind that you're conscious of, that's not going to do it. Okay, but when that 95% of your reality that expresses tangibly the reality that you really believe, because that is law, that is a universal law of creation. What the subconscious mind believes, it must express tangibly. So it doesn't matter who or what is going on with the coronavirus or anything else. All that matters is what you choose to believe. The habits and choices that come from that. Okay? I know that sounds airy-fairy, my friends, but even in my intuitive psychic readings, I am very grounded. And if there isn't something tangible, you see, there has to be a practicality to it. Even in a psychic reading, it's not about predicting. It's about helping a person become aware of their choices. It's about making choices that lead to the outcome that you want. And knowing what you need to believe and believing in it is a powerful part of that. So my friends, don't allow yourself to be a victim. Step up, take radical responsibility, become aware of what's in your subconscious mind. Choose what you want to believe and keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on where you want to go, not on what everybody's drama around you is trying to force you into believing. Your reality does not have to be someone else's. So, by all means, stay connected. But if you are hanging out with people online that are complaining about things and they're not looking at the advantages and the things they're learning and the benefits of our current circumstance, what it could be teaching us, what you need to be learning from it, and how to make the best of it, maybe spending time with your children or your dogs, maybe getting in a habit of eating more healthy and spending more time outside walking, right? Maybe doing some soul searching or having time to, finish that craft or art project or that house project. Maybe it's to close up energy leaks that you need to close up at home that you've been putting off for years. Maybe it's to learn how to get along with your kids or your spouses in ways that you haven't before. But my friends, things are always working out for you, even though we have been taught that is not true. And when you adopt the mindset that things are always working out for you, you will be amazed at how your reality shifts. But you got to believe it. And right now is the perfect opportunity to do that. In the meantime, please maintain your social distancing so that all of this can run its course and we can move on to something else and something better more quickly. Okay? Quickly before we hang up, guys. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Before we hang up, guys, I want to remind you that the next free 5-day Confidence and Clarity Challenge begins April 20th through the 25th. If you found this broadcast valuable, please like and share. And in the link below, not only will you find the link to my 2 groups, but you can also find the 5-day free Confidence and Clarity Challenge. Please feel free to post that online. Please share my stuff so that other people can find it. If you have friends or family or colleagues or coworkers who you think might benefit from this, please, please, please share it. Okay? I would love to be able to offer them this opportunity. And if you don't share it, they might not find it. Okay? So I want to thank you guys for doing that. If you would like to register, the link in the video below will tell you or anyone you share it with how they can register for the 5-day free Clarity and Confidence Challenge. And so it'll be loads of fun. Hello, Teresa. Thanks for tuning in. I also want to remind you guys that tomorrow in the My Powerful Choices Top 5% in Abundance group is our weekly free Money in Abundance training at noon. If you are not a part of that group or you know someone that would like to join it, you can go to the link below. It's the My Powerful Choices Top 5% in Abundance group. This free live Money in Abundance weekly training is only found in this group. The top 5% of people who want to learn to manifest. Okay? So if you want to be a part of that and you can bring your free money in abundance questions for me, you'll need to be a part of that group. I have a ton of people pending that have not answered the questions and agreed to the group rules. So if you've invited someone in there and you see they're not a member yet or you want to join, please just make sure you answer the questions and agree to the rules. And I will let you in the group and you can join us, okay? All right, guys, stay safe. Take care. Please, again, if you found value in this, like and share this. There's a lot of people out there that need to hear this message. And a little later, I'm going to post Dr. Joe's wonderful message in there as well, because I love to share other people's work and important messages that I think are valuable to people. All right, Teresa, thanks for tuning in. Tia, anyone else? Those of you on YouTube, please make sure to like the page if you found this valuable. And you can always visit us on the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page on Facebook. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow at noon for a free live money and abundance training. Have a great night. You're welcome. Bye-bye.